record. All right, so I'm recording this now. All right, so everything that you know that you need to have for you to, jot down, you just want to get it. All right, so guys, if you actually got value yesterday from yesterday's section and you're excited about that, can you throw in some excitement into the chat box? Can you throw in some excitement into the chat box? I love when the energy is high. I love when my class is very interactive. Can you throw some excitement, some values, some value, excitement into the chat box? If you are super ready like I am, guys, throw in some excitement. I need your phone closer. Please, if you can hear me, I'm back. If you can hear me, throw in some 222 into the chat box. I am back now. If you can hear me, throw in some 222 into the chat box. If you can hear me, let's get started. Throw in some 222 into the chat box. If you can hear me, throw in some 222 into the chat box. Please, can you tell Haywire to come? Can they hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. Please, if you can hear me, okay. I think it was my network that was lagging. Okay. Awesome. All right. So, like I said, we started from the foundation, the basics, and yesterday we started from what Forex is. Okay. And somebody tell me in the chat box yesterday we talked about our experience when we had about Forex, but now I'm very sure that after yesterday's call, after yesterday's section, you all would be well grounded at least about what Forex is from the basic. And somebody type into the chat box when you hear Forex, what comes to your mind? What is Forex now? What is Forex? What's the meaning of Forex? All right, what is Forex? Can somebody type into the chat box? What is Forex? All right, can you type into the chat box? What is Forex? Into the chat box, please. What is Forex? What is Forex? What is Forex? Amazing. Yes, foreign exchange. So we simply said that Forex is foreign exchange, and we discussed that what we do in the foreign exchange market is we buy and we sell foreign currencies, right? We discussed that what we do in the foreign exchange market is that we buy and we sell foreign currencies. And I also mentioned that there are other things that are traded in the foreign exchange market. We have indices, we have cryptocurrency, we have stocks, we have oil, we have gold, we have silver, all these other things that I've mentioned, they are also traded exchange market. Amazing. Yeah, they are also traded in the foreign exchange market. And we talked about the two major things that we do in the foreign exchange market, which is buy and sell. We buy and we sell. Those are the two major things that we do in the foreign exchange market. Every other thing we do is we either wait for us to see good entries, whether to get a buy or get a sell. All right, so we went into the metal trader for the broker. We said the broker is an intermediary between you and the foreign exchange market. You literally can't trade in the foreign exchange space without having a broker. And we have already recommended one of the best brokers out there to you guys, AltForex, and we've sent you how the link, the special links that you can register through. Please ensure that if you're registering on this broker that we have giving you, ensure that you are using the link that is sent to any of your groups. All right, so then we also talked about the Metal Trader 4. The Metal Trader 4 is where the core forex transaction is taking place. All right, for you to trade on the Metal Trader 4, definitely, like I said, you have to have a broker. So you're going to be opening your live account or your demo account. A demo account is a practice account on your broker. Then you can connect it to your Metal in a 111 in the chat box. If you can see my screen, type in a 111 in the chat box. Great. Let me go to MT4. All right, so this is what the MT4 looks like. Yeah, this is what the MT4 looks like. And we also discussed that the foreign exchange market opens on Sunday night and closes on Friday night. So tonight the foreign exchange market is going to open up, all right? So on Friday night it closes, all right? But you can trade other pairs. You can trade cryptocurrency during the weekends, okay? But for the foreign exchange, that's the currencies, they are majorly traded between Sunday night and Friday night. And we also discussed about the 8 major currencies that are widely traded. We mentioned euro. Can somebody type into the chat box the 8 major currencies that we mentioned yesterday? Can you keep typing it into the chat box? Yeah, we mentioned euro, USD. We mentioned JPY. We mentioned GBP. We mentioned CHF. We mentioned GBP, CHF, AUD, NZD. We mentioned CAD. We mentioned I think those are the 8 major currencies, NZD. Yeah, so those are like the 8 major currencies that are traded in the foreign exchange market. And we said that the reason why these are the 8 major currencies are because of information. These countries give accurate information. Okay, in the foreign exchange space, one of the indicators that help us, to know when to buy and when to sell is the informations we get, the information, the unemployment rate, how good is the economy doing, surprising events, and so on. These are what help us to determine whether we are going into a buy or going into a sell. Guys, in this space, please, you do not pick any trade without having a reason for your buy or your sell. If you enter into a trade without having a reason, guys, you're just gambling. All right, for you to say that, oh, I want to click on a buy or click on a sell, please ensure that you have your reason. It's either you've done your fundamental analysis, which is when you're looking at the political news information that is affecting any country. It's either you've done your sentimental analysis or your technical analysis. That is when we are talking about support and resistance and the like, which we are going to be talking about today. All right, so and also we also talked about the base and the quote currency. Can somebody tell me, for example, Euro USD, which is the base currency, which is the quote currency? We mentioned that yesterday. Can you tell me in the chat box, in the case of Euro USD, which is your base currency, which is your quote currency? We mentioned that. Yes, amazing. Temitope, amazing. Super amazing. Yes, Euro is your base currency, USD is your quote currency. All right, I have amazing students in a class today. All right, so, and also we mentioned about your bid and your hacks. All right, your bid and your hacks. We said the bid is the best amount that your broker is willing to buy your base currency in exchange of your quote currency. And we also mentioned that the ask is the best price that your broker is willing to sell your base currency in exchange for your quote currency. All right, then we also mentioned about the spread. How does your brokers make money? The brokers make money off the spread, and this is one of the reasons why we have decided to stay with Altforex. When you're picking your choice of a broker, you want to ensure that you're picking a broker that has a very low spread. All right, so this is one of the reasons why we actually picked Altforex. Altforex has a low spread. Okay, now And also, if you're looking for any currency here and you don't have it in here, you want to add a currency, you want to trade that particular currency, you don't have it in here, all you need to do is click on this plus here. Once you click on that plus, you can go to Forex if it is currency. Let's say I want to trade Euro USD. All I need to do is click on Euro USD and it will get added to my quote page. If it is Euro NZD, I'm going to click on it. For iPhone users, you're going to see a plus right in front of these currencies, okay? You're going to see a plus right in front of this currency. So all you need to do is click on the plus in front of the currency that you want to trade and to get added to your main, to this place, to this page. All right. So the next thing that we also touched is the candlesticks. That's the charts. We talked about the chart. Can somebody tell me the two types of candlesticks we have? We mentioned that yesterday. Can somebody type into the chat box? We talked about the two types of candles that we have. Can somebody type that into the chat box? Can somebody type that into the chat box? The two types of candles that we have. Can somebody type that into the chat box? The two types of candles that we have. Amazing, God's love. Bullish and bearish candle. We mentioned the bullish and the bearish candle, okay? We said we have two types of candles. We have the bullish and the bearish candle. The bullish candle is also known as the sell candle, while the bullish candle is also known as the buy candle, while the bearish candle is also known as the sell candle. All right, so how are you going to identify when you have the bullish candle? The bullish candle will definitely give you representation of how exchange rate is appreciating, all right, which I gave you examples, all right, I gave you illustration, all right, on what I have presently on my screen. We can see that exchange rate at this point was what? Appreciating, okay? From here, it's appreciated from here up here, all right? So that means the buyers are in charge of the market. So this is a bullish movement, all right? This is a bullish movement. A bullish movement is when you are having an upward movement, okay? While a bearish movement or a bearish candle is a candle that brings down price, okay? That means exchange rate is depreciating, okay? So let's see an example of a bearish movement, okay? Let's see an example of a bearish movement. All right, this is a great example of a bearish movement. Can you see from up here, there was a depreciation in price, okay? Price depreciated. That is an example in here. So we have the sellers in charge here of the market, all right? And also mention that you should know when to buy and when to sell, all right? In the foreign exchange space, we always say that you sell at the roof and you buy at the floor, okay? You sell when price is high and you buy when price is low, okay? You sell when price is high and you buy when price is low. How can you identify all these things that I've spoken about? It's when we go further into our technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and sentimental analysis. That will help you understand where you can take your entry, when you can take a buy or take a sell. All right. We also went to the next icon, where we have balance, equity, and free margin. We said balance is the amount of money that you have in your trading account before you go into a trade. And we also said equity is the amount of money that you have in your trading account after entering a trade, when you have a running trade. Okay, so for instance, assuming I have running trades here, let's say I have running trade of plus 10, my equity will increase to $5,010. Okay, and we also mentioned that anytime your margin is going below 100, please ensure you start closing your trade. If not, your brokers will start closing your trade on your behalf. All right, anytime your margin is going below 100%, that means you're in a lot of trades in losses. All right, please ensure that you start closing from the least loss trades, so that you can give the highest one space to retrace into profit, or even into minimal loss. Then you can probably close it. All right, so we also went to the next icon where we have history. All right, then I also gave an example of let's say you want to go into a trade. Okay, I give an example of, let's say you want to go into a trade. Now let's say that I actually called a trade for you and I told you to go buy USD JPY. Okay, let's say I said I should buy USD JPY. I said the first thing you need to go do is go to your cost page, look for the currency pair. All right, then you click on it. All right, once you click on it, you're going to see new order. All right, you're going to see new order. For iPhone users, you're going to see trade. You click on it and it brings you to this page. For iPhone users, you're going to see something similar to this as well. There's no difference. It's just that iPhone gives you more explanation of what you're doing. All right, iPhone is going, like where I have this red line and this green line, iPhone is going to type, is going to on iPhone, you're going to see profit. And somebody, please mute yourself. Please mute yourself. Thank you. All right. For iPhone, you're going to see take profit and stop loss. Okay, so now let's go further into the type of executions that we have. All right, we have two types of executions. Okay, we have two ways you can go into a trade in the foreign exchange market. Can somebody type in two into the chat box? Can somebody type in two into the chat box? We have two ways you can go into a trade. All right, now number one way is instant execution or market execution. Then the second way is by pending orders. Okay, the second way is by pending orders. Now, what is instant execution or market execution? Instant execution simply means that you are buying or selling at the current market price. Okay, instant execution means that you are buying or selling at the current market price. So for instance, if you go to an exchange shop and let's say you want to buy dollars and they tell you it is 400 naira per dollar, all right, and you tell them that you want to buy it immediately, you transacted, you've done an instant execution. Okay, that's an example. Offline. Online as well, for every currency pair, they have their own market price at every point in time. All right, so if you go into the market and buy or sell immediately, all right, that means you're buying or selling at the current market price. All right, the second type of execution is pending orders. All right, the second type of execution is pending orders. What does pending order mean? Pending order simply means that you are buying or selling at future market price. Okay, pending order simply means that you are buying or selling at future market price. Now, let me give you an instance of what it means offline. Okay, for instance, you go to an exchange shop and you say, oh, I want to buy dollars. I want to buy $1,000 or thereabout. They tell you the exchange rate. Let's say they tell you the exchange rate is 350 per dollar, and you say, okay, no, I want to buy when it comes to 200 per dollars. All right, you want to buy low. You want to buy when it comes to 200 per dollars. All right, so what you simply tell the exchange man is that, oh, when it depreciates to that price, let me know. I'm going to keep my money. I'm going to deposit my money with you. But when it depreciates to that price, that is when I want to buy, so I can come get my dollars. Guys, that is a pending order. You have already instructed the bureau de change or the exchange man that I want to buy when it gets to this price. I don't want to buy at the current market price. All right, so for pending order, you are the one dictating the price at which you want to buy or sell. Please, if that is clear, can you type in clear into the chat box? If that is clear, can you type in clear into the chat box? I want to ensure you guys are following me. If that is clear, can you type in clear into the chat box? Amazing. Let's go, guys. All right, so for pending orders, you are the one dictating the price at which you want to buy or sell. Now, we have four types of pending orders. Okay, we have four types of pending orders. We have the buy limit, we have the sell limit, we have the buy stop, and the sell stop. All right, we have four types of pending orders. We have the buy limit, we have the sell limit, we have the buy stop, and the sell stop. All right, so all these pending orders, they have their own meaning. All right, all these type of pending orders, they have their own meaning. Like I said, the call of pending order is that you are buying at your own instructed price. You are buying at future market price. And also, the next thing that we talked about is lot size. We discussed that we have three types of lot size. We have the micro, we have the mini, and we have the standard type lot size. We said the micro lot size ranges from a 0.01 to a 0.09. That simply means that if I am using a 0.01 lot size, per pip of a 0.01 lot size, I'll be making 10 cents. All right, per pip of a 0.09 lot size, I'm going to be making 90 cents. If I am using a mini lot size, which is 0.10 to a 0.90, Per pip of 0.10, I am going to be making $1. Per pip of 0.90, I am going to be making $9. Then if I am using the standard lot size that ranges from 1.00 to infinity, all right, per pip of 1.00 lot size, I am going to be making $10. For 2.00 lot size, $20, and so on. Now you can see that the lot size is what helps you determine how much you're going to be making, right? Two things help you determine that: the lot size and what your number of pips, the how long you want to stay in the market. That is what determines how much you're going to make. And the lot size is what differentiates how much that we are all making in the market. We can all enter a trade at the same time, close it at the same time, and we all come out with different results. When I am jubilating that I have made $10, another person could be saying that, oh, I just made $100. What is that factor that makes it different, guys? It is your lot size. And we said that the rule of using this lot size is a 0.01 per $100 account. Guys, it's 0.01 per $100 account. All right. So if you have a $200 account, you use the 0.02. $300 account, 0.03. Now let's say that you have $500 account. All right, you already know that you are supposed to use the 0.05. That doesn't mean that you now enter 3 trades and use the 0.05, 0.05 in 3 places. That is wrong. All you just need to do is the accumulation of all your lot size should be equal to the total lot size that you are supposed to use. So if you have a $500 account, you can use the 0.01 in one, 0.02 in one, 0.03 in one, 0.01 in the one, 0.01 in one, then you can use 0.03 in the other. Right? With that, you've been able to spread your lot size across board and you are not over leveraging your account. All right. So we also so what we are going to be going into now is your take profit and your stop loss. As the name implies, okay, your take profit is what is a parameter that helps you stop your profit when you are into a trade. When you enter a trade, once you put in your parameters of your take profit, while you are not there, the take profit is going to close out your trade on your behalf. All right. If you are for the stop loss, as the name implies, all right, it helps you minimize your loss. All right. So in forex trading, we do say that do not risk more than 3% of your total equity. All right. So now I want to quickly teach us how you can actually determine your take profit and your stop loss yourself. Let me see if I have a note on that can help us. No. Notebook, okay. All right, so I think I should have a note on that. Okay, great. You can take a screenshot of what I have on my screen at the moment. All right, so now, like I said, your stop loss is what helps you, cut your loss short. All right, so we have a formula that can help you determine how to calculate your stop loss and your take profit. So I have that on my screen. You can just take a screenshot. You can just take your screenshot. Now, for a buy position, when you are buying, remember that you are expecting exchange rate to do what? To appreciate, right? All right. So now, if you want to take your profit, you take your profit above. All right. All right. While you stop your loss below. All right. So now that means that the formula for our buy is our entry price minus that formula for stop loss. Okay. Our entry price minus the number of pips that we are willing to risk. Okay. Now, what is entry price? Now, let me see. I don't have a running trade, but let me see if I have a screenshot of a running trade. Picture. I should have a screenshot. Screenshot. See, I have a screenshot. Give me a minute, guys. I have a screenshot up here. To USD buy and hold. Now, the lot size that has been used here is 0.20. All right. The first one is 0.20, the second one 0.20, third 0.01, and so on. Now, how do you identify your entry price? Okay. All right. Your entry price is the first number below here. All right. So these are your entry prices. Okay, so this is where you get your entry price from. All right, on your running trade, this number below, all right, those number below on the left hand side, that is your entry price. This one here is the current market price that the market is at the moment. Okay, so once you enter a trade, okay, this one becomes stagnant. It does not move. This one does not move. But this one here, they keep on moving because the market is always appreciating or depreciating. All right, so this one here will be moving. You'll be seeing the movement. You'll be seeing the numbers are moving. But the point at which you actually trigger the trade, all right, is always stagnant, which is the ones that we have on our left hand side. So this is the entry price here. And somebody tell me the entry price for this one I'm just giving you now, the one I marked on the screen right now. Can somebody tell me where the entry price is? What is the entry price for that particular one? What is the entry price? And somebody type it in the chat box. I want to ensure you guys understand what I mean by how to identify your entry price. Can somebody tell me what your entry price is here? The second to the last. Let me see. Great. Let me see. Yes, 3304 4031. Yeah, that is entry price. So that is how you can actually know that is how you can actually determine your entry price. So how to determine your entry price is not difficult at all. Okay, now you can see for you to calculate your stop loss for a buy, your entry price minus the number of pips. Remember yesterday we talked about pips, and we said that the pips is your fourth number after the decimal point for major pairs. All right, so if you're looking, if you just want to risk 30 pips, all right, for let's say GBP USD, that is a 0.0030. All right, so that means your entry price minus is 0.0030. That's 30 pips. That gives you the stop loss that you are going to be using. All right, for take profit is entry price but plus the number of pips that you are looking for. So if you want to go for just 10 pips, that will be your entry price plus is 0.0010. All right, now how to calculate your sell? When you are in sell positions, you are expecting price to depreciate, right? So once price is depreciating, you're going to be making profit. But if price keeps on appreciating, you're going to be in loss. All right, so for you to calculate your stop loss for a sell position is your entry price plus the number of pips that you're willing to risk. So if you are willing to risk 0.003, if you are willing to risk 30 pips, that means it's going to be 0.003 plus your entry price. If you calculate your take profit is entry price minus the number of pips that you're willing to make. All right, so you should be able to calculate and determine your take profit and stop loss. Please, if you understand, please you can take a screenshot. Take a screenshot of what I have on my screen. Take a screenshot. Let me scroll down again. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. All right. Please, if you understand how to calculate your take profit and stop loss, please type in understood in the chat box. If you understand that, type in understood in the chat box. If you understand that now, type in understood in the chat box. Amazing, Michael. Thank you very much. Thank you, smart people in the house. Kenny, amazing, amazing, amazing. Let's go, guys. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Yes. All right. So the next thing that we are going to be touching is how to identify how to enter a trade, actually, how to enter a trade. All right. So based on what I've explained to you, look at these two signals below on my screen. All right. The first one says buy Euro USD. Take profit and stop loss has been given to you. All right. The second one says Euro USD buy limit. All right. So now, can somebody tell me what type of order the first one is? Buy Euro USD. What type of order is that? What type of order is that? Can somebody tell me in the chat box what type of order is the first one? What type of order is that? Can somebody tell me in the chat box what type of order is that? The first one, which says buy Euro USD. Yes. What kind of order is this? Yes, amazing. Instant execution. All right. Anytime you see any order buy or sell, that is instant execution. And somebody tell me what type of order is the second one? The one that says Euro USD buy limit. And somebody tell me what type of order it is. The second one. Sorry about that. I'm here. Sorry about that. Let me share my screen back. All right, so the second one, please, what type of order is that? The second one, what type of order is that? The second one, what type of order is that? Pending order, amazing, yes. So if you see any trade that says buy limit, buy stop, or sell stop, all right, that is pending order. Another way you can identify a pending order is when you see entry price, okay? For pending orders, you are the one giving instruction to the market that you want to buy or sell at this point, okay? So for pending orders, you're going to have an entry price that will be given to you, all right? So now, anytime you want to enter a trade, let's say a signal has been given to you, the first question you want to ask yourself is, what kind of order is this? As long as you've been able to, know the kind of order it is, you've solved your problem one, okay? So now, what you want to enter a trade, you go to Euro USD, new order, you click on it, all right? The first thing you want to do is you want to what? You want to know what kind of order it is, okay? If it's an instant execution, you leave it like that. If it's a pending order, you click on market execution, you click on the type of pending order it is. So if it is buy limit, you click on buy limit, all right? Once you click on buy limit, all right, you can see that something appeared. What is that thing that appeared? Okay, price. Remember, I told you that you are the one putting in the price at which you want to buy or you want to sell at, okay? So now you can see that that's the difference between your instant execution and your pending orders. Okay, so now let's go back to market execution. All right, please ensure that you change your lot size to the right lot size that you're supposed to use for your account size. Guys, once you are into a trade already, once you enter the trade, you cannot change your lot size again. All right, so it's very important that you use the right lot size for your account size immediately before you enter your trade. All right, so immediately you do that, you click on buy or sell. Okay, so if I'm going in for a buy, I'll click on buy. All right, then placed immediately. The market is closed now. All right, my order will be placed immediately. Then when I'm already inside the trade already, let's say I've already entered the trade, the trade will appear here. All right, it's going to appear here. All I need to do is hold down the running trade, and I can, modify my take profit and my stop loss. Guys, anytime you want to enter a trade, profit immediately before you enter a trade, because that is a pending order. Okay, for pending order, I can just click on there, click on the type of pending order it is. I can put all my parameters immediately, because the trade does not start running immediately. But for instant execution, enter your trade first, go back to the running trade, hold it down, click on modify, then you can modify your parameters by putting in the figure for your take profit and the figure for your stop loss. Please, if you understand this, can you type in understood into the chat box? If you understand what I just said now, can you type in understood into the chat box? Amazing, 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 amazing. All right, so the recorded section of this call is also going to be sent out to the groups. All right, so if there's anything you don't understand, at the end of Mr. Awal's session, is going to be throwing more light to it. We don't have so much time. I would like to pass the call over to Mr. Awal, so that he can go on into the advanced. There are a lot and a lot and a lot he has for us. All right, thank you very much for your time. You can reach out to me on Trade with Fumi. I'm typing that in the chat box. That's my IG. All right, Trade with Fumi. You can reach out to me on Trade with Fumi. If there's anything you don't understand, I can further explain better. All right, so like I said, the recorded section of this call, we have a lot of understood than not understanding. So thank you very much for your time, guys. I want to believe you all got value from this section. If you've gotten value so far, can you type in some 7777 as I bring up my friend? He's an amazing person. You know him already. He's somebody that you always want to listen to carefully as he talks. He has a lot and a lot to give to you guys this evening. Guys, type in some 888 to welcome a man with a heart of gold, a man who is always ready to help, a man who is to see people win, a man with a heart of gold. One more time. Can you type in some 777777777 to welcome Mr. Awal Adeogun?
Wow, amazing one right there from Fumi. Okay, and your screen share. All right, amazing one right there from Fumi. She has been giving you guys hot since yesterday, and I know from the feedback I got personally yesterday, a lot of people, they found it simple. She was able to break it down. Guys, you just want to, whenever you celebrate, you attract. All right. So let's just celebrate this amazing lady. Let's give her a 555 in the chat box. Let's celebrate her. Put in a 555 in the chat box. Let's really celebrate her. Since yesterday, she has been, giving you guys this so much value. It takes a whole lot of someone that has a good heart to do this. All right. Because this value that we're giving you guys for free is something that a lot of people pay a lot and a lot of money for, right? So super excited to be with you guys again this evening. You guys already know my name is Awal, and I'm super excited to be with you guys. This evening I'm gonna be going to some advanced topics, all right? Basically, technical analysis and fundamental analysis, all right? So I'm going to be explaining these two to you guys so that we can have a good understanding of what fundamental and technical analysis mean. All right. So I want you guys to really pay close attention. And at the end of the call today, I'm going to be putting down an offer for anyone that wants to, further up this training, get more intense training, and take this thing to the roof. All right. The goal is for everybody to secure the bag. All right. The goal is for us to secure the bag. So I expect everyone should really focus and make sure we join up and we stay to the end of the call. So just some basic stuff. If you want to ask questions while I am doing my training, put it in the Q&A section. I don't put it in the chat box. Put it in the Q&A section. I'm going to go through it, section by section. Maybe when I finish a section, I'll go to the Q&A, then I will answer the questions that I have there. Then we move on from there. All right. Okay, so allow me to share my screen right now so that we can get started with this training. All right, so guys, I believe you can all see my screen. If you can see my screen, put a 1 in the chat box. If you can see my screen, put a 1 in the chat box. All right, put a 1 in the chat box if you can see my screen. Awesome. Great. So, like I said, this evening we're going to be going through technical analysis and fundamental analysis. All right, we're going to be explaining to us what this two means, because what we've been doing since yesterday is basically explaining to you guys how to use the MetaTrader 4, how to buy and sell, what is lot size, what is pips, all those interesting stuff that we have in the forex market. All right, but today what I quickly want to explain to you guys is, why do we buy and sell? All right, what do we see before we buy and sell? All right, we call it analysis. So before you can buy and sell in the market, you must know how to analyze. You must know how to look at the forex chart. You must know how to look at the economics of a nation and say, okay, this is, I'm going to buy the USD today, I'm going to be selling the USD today. So all these things are what we do basically when we talk about analysis, and they are basically majorly two types of analysis. All right, the first one is fundamental analysis. Like I said, put in your questions in the Q&A section. All right, make sure your questions are dropped in the Q&A section. So fundamental analysis. All right, now the fundamental analysis has to do with the economics of a nation. All right, so basically what we are doing when we are talking about fundamental analysis is we are trying to look at what is really happening in the economics of this nation. For instance, you are trading euro, you are trading the US, the United States dollars, you are trading the Canadian dollars, you are trading, you are trading a lot of all these different currencies. All right. Okay. But before you go ahead and say, okay, am I going to be selling the United States dollars today, or I'm going to be buying the United? You have to know what is happening fundamentally to that currency. So when we talk about fundamental, we are talking about majorly news that are coming out from that nation. Because what actually moves the currency of a nation is what is happening in that nation. All right. So today, if some group of bandits go ahead and bomb, one of the oil rigs in the south, all right, and Nigeria is not unable to export crude oil, because crude oil is the major source of income for Nigeria, that is going to affect the Naira rate against all other currencies, because something bad has happened. And again, if Nigeria is able to, let's say, reduce its unemployment rate, Nigeria is able to, do some interesting stuff in their economics generally, then that's going to improve the Naira. That's going to make the Naira gain strength. So that is what we mean by fundamentals. It really affects, the movement of currency. So basically, when we are not talking about fundamentals, what you really want to look out for is, major news that are coming out for that currency daily. All right, what you want to look out for are major news, and basically when we do that is forexfactory.com. Okay, so if you look at my screen, I have the website here that I just highlighted, forexfactory.com. That is where we look out for major news in the market. So basically, if I want to know, okay, what is happening, what news are going to come out on this particular currency today, all I need to do is log on to Forex Factory. All right, and under Forex Factory, I can see news. scheduled news that are coming out for the day. Now, today is Sunday, January 24th. All right, as you can see, there are no news in the market. But if I click on more, then I can have news for tomorrow, which is Monday. All right, I can have news for Tuesday. I can also scroll down and look at news for Wednesday. All right, but basically, what are you looking out for here now? When we are talking about news, we have, as you can see, there are folders. You can see folders here. You can see yellow folder, orange folder, black folder. You can see red folders. All right. Now, if you look, just follow my cursor, you'll see the folders. You can see red folders, orange. So basically, we have about 4 different type of folders. All right. We have about 4 different type of folders. We have the yellow folder. All right. The yellow folder is majorly low impact news. All right. Like I said, put in your questions in the Q&A section. Your question should go into the Q&A section. Okay. So we have the yellow folder that is actually a low impact news. We have the orange folder, which is a medium impact. We have the red folder, which is high impact. Then we have black folder, which is more or less like no impact majorly on the market. So let me explain what that means to you. Remember, we said yellow folder is medium, yellow is low impact, orange is medium, and red is high impact. Now, majorly when we have a black folder, it means there's an holiday in that country, usually bank holidays. All right. So if you look at tomorrow, which is Monday, if you look at AUD has a black folder, which is bank holiday. All right. So for tomorrow, I know that the banks in Australia tomorrow are going to be closed. So that means the Sydney session for tomorrow is practically going to be slow. There will not be really any impact in the market. You saw see majorly the market is going to be stagnant. All right. Sydney sessions opens by 11 p.m. tonight. So 11 p.m. to maybe early in the morning, the market is going to be slow because the banks in Australia are closed. There's an holiday in Australia. All right. So like I said, yellow folders and orange folders, we might not really pay attention to them because they don't majorly have impact on the market, whether the market is either going to go up or come down. All right. When I say impact, for example, let's say we are looking at Brexit, for instance. The United Kingdom want to exit out of the European Union. Now, that particular happening, that particular occurrence has made the Great Britain pounds. It has made it weak for a long period of time. It has been selling over a long period of time. So we are talking about news, and there are some news that's a long impact news. There are news that they just like this scheduled news. It can come out and affect the market for, let's say, 1 hour or 2 hours, and the impact is gone. All right. But there are news that they are long impact news like the Brexit. All right. But there are some news like the non-farm payroll. Non-farm payroll is when the United States releases its unemployment rates, interest rates, overnight rates, all these rates that you have in economics that determines the well-being of a nation. All right. It comes out every Friday of the month, and that particular news affects the market generally. All right. But majorly, what you want to look out for is red folder. So for instance, on Tuesday, which is next tomorrow, there's a two news on the Australian dollars that carries red folder. All right. If you want to understand what a lot of this stuff they write in front of the news, you can just Google search them and look at the meanings. All right. But majorly Australia dollar on Tuesday by 7:30 p.m. Nigerian time. Two red folder news are going to be coming out on AUD. Now, as a beginner, what you have to do is you have to stay off the market for that period. You have to stay off Australian dollar market for that period. So that means any currency pair that has AUD in it, I'm not going to trade it. All right. Any currency pair that has Australian dollar in it, I will not trade it for that period. All right. So go ahead and look on Wednesday. Good. On Wednesday, for USD, we have two news coming out by 2 o'clock and 2:30. So what I will do on Wednesday is by maybe 1:30 p.m. I'm not going to trade the US dollars again because this news can actually either make the US dollar strong or it can make the US dollars weak. Red folders, all right? Then on Thursday again, I have red folder for 8:30 a.m. in the morning for the United States dollars, all right? So all these stuffs, that's what you're looking at. So what you need to do is every morning before you wake up, make sure you come to before you start trading. When you wake up, before you start trading, look out for red folders and look at the currency that has the red folder. Then you're able to stay off the market during that period. All right. Now, if you notice, if you're accessing this website either on your laptop right now or on your phone, you will notice that the time zone is not in Nigerian time zone. What you need to do is click on the time that you have up here, where I have my cursor beside date, currency, and impact. You'll see a time there that is clickable. You click on it. You can either match it automatically. All right. Now this time is not in Nigerian time zone. Okay, mine is not even. So I'm gonna go ahead. I can match it automatically. If I click on match automatically, you can see it has changed to Nigerian time 6:02 p.m. Then I can save the settings. Then I'll go back to the home page. Now I have Nigerian time zone, so I can click on more. All right. Okay, so I can click on more, and then I have Nigerian time zone here, so I can go through that and look at. Okay, so you can see on this news is actually on Wednesday. The Australian dollar news is actually on Wednesday, 1:30 a.m. Nigerian time. Okay, so that is how to look out for the news. You're always looking out for red folders, like I said, so that you can know whether to stay off the market or continue trading. Wow, you guys can see the news folder. Give me a, I don't, can you guys see the, hold on. Sorry about that. Thought I shared this. So sorry about that. Can you guys can you guys see the news for can you guys see the news website now? I believe you guys can see it loud. I believe you guys can see it loud. If you can see it, just give me a 2 in the chat box. So sorry about that. So sorry. I thought I shared my screen. Uh, can you guys see it? Now, if you can see it, put a 2 in the chat box. All right, great. So, sorry about that. So these are the folders I was talking about. All right, these are the folders I was talking about. You can see you have yellow. Tomorrow is Monday, so let me refresh this. If you access this for the first time, you will see that you have just Saturday here. You can click on more. More is right here under the date, under Sunday, January 24. Click on it. Then you have for tomorrow, you have for Tuesday, you have for Wednesday. All right. So basically, I was explaining that okay, on Monday there's no red folder, but there's a black folder for Australian dollars tomorrow. All right. So there's a bank holiday in Australia tomorrow. Tuesday there are no red folders. Wednesday there's a red folder. You can see red folder for Australian dollars for 1:30 a.m. Nigerian time. All right. 2 red folders. So definitely, probably you should be sleeping that time, or probably if you have a trade running till Wednesday, then you should make sure you are not in Australian dollars before you sleep, so that you don't meet what you don't like when you wake up. All right. So on that Wednesday also we have a news on the United States dollars for 8 p.m. All right, which is a red folder. So you want to make sure you are looking out for that. Okay, so that is the folders I'm talking about. Sorry about the earlier mistake. So I said, if you want to change the time, you click on the time I have here. All right, beside the dates, currency, and impact, you click on it. Then you will see match automatically. You click on it and you click on save settings. But if the match automatically is not there, just change your time zone to GMT +1, West Central Africa. All right, and click on save settings. That's all. Then you go back to home page. All right. Then you have Nigerian time zone. Let me see what I have in the Q&A. Okay. How do we link our OutForex to MetaTrader? I'm gonna share a short. I'm not taking pips and buy stop here, so you can go and watch the recordings. All right. So I'm going to share a short video that you can watch, or you go to my YouTube page. You'll see how to create demo account and link it. All right. How much is $1 in Naira if I want to buy currently from your order? I don't sell dollars, but if you want to buy dollar from the Bureau de Change, I know for sure that it is 470, 471 as at Friday. All right. As at Friday, it is 470, 471. Okay. So that is that about the Forex Factory. You can access it from forexfactory.com. All right, so let us move ahead and go to technical analysis now. Now, fundamentals are good, they are very important. In fact, you need to keep an eye on it because fundamentals sometimes would disrespect technical analysis. All right, fundamentals sometimes would disrespect technical analysis. So basically, you must keep an eye on the news so that high impact news does not hit you suddenly. That is why I showed you guys Forex Factory. But majorly, what you're going to be using to analyze trades from day to day, from time to time, is technical analysis. All right, technical analysis, has to do with the Forex chart. And I'm going to go. So majorly on my you can access tradingview.com. Okay. Tradingview.com, you can create a few free accounts there. It's majorly for analysis. So on tradingview.com, you can't buy and sell. You can only analyze. The only place where you can buy and sell, where you have your broker account linked to, is your MetaTrader 4. On tradingview.com, all we do here is to analyze. So basically, what we do here is to analyze the market. All right. All we do on tradingview.com is to analyze the market. Okay. So basically, I'm going to show you guys a lot of things right here on this TradingView. All right, I'm going to be explaining support and resistance. And when we talk about technical analysis, anywhere, the major thing you want to understand about technical analysis is how to identify your support and how to identify your resistance. Because as a Forex trader, you are supposed to be buying at your support and selling at resistance. So your job as a Forex trader is to know how to identify your support and your resistance. So basically, because this is just a basic training, I'm going to be explaining to you guys how to identify support and resistance. Then as you go on in your journey of Forex trading, whether you are learning how to use indicators or you are learning how to just analyze a naked chart, all right, all you're going to be looking out for is, okay, where is my support? Where is my resistance? Then you can now start looking at some other interesting stuff like double shoulder, all these interesting, maybe you're using an indicator, then good. All right. But basically, what you want to understand, basic, is support and resistance. All right. So on your chart here, I know Fumi has explained to us what candlesticks are, what they represent. The red represents sell, the green represents buy. So I have both on my screen here, and you have your wicks. Wicks are showing you that during the period that this particular candlestick was forming, all right, the market got to that area. And what you need to understand about this is that if you are looking at a chart, each chart has time frames. So we have a lot of time frames in the foreign exchange market. We have different time frames. If I click on this, you can see I even have 1 second, 5 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute. But majorly what we use most is 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hours daily. All right. What they mean is that, for instance, I'm on 1 hour. As you can see, if you look at the background of this chart, you will see I have Euro JPY 1 hour. 1 hour means that each of these candles you are seeing on the screen represents 1 hour. Each of the candles you are seeing on the screen represents 1 hour. All right. So when I'm analyzing, I know that, okay, what took each of these candles to form is 1 hour, 1 hour. So each of the candles you are seeing here is 1 hour. So from here to here is a lot of hours. All right. If you count each of these candles here, that is the period it took the market to move from here to this, from this starting point to this last point that I have on my screen. But that is not our focus today. Our focus is how do we identify support and resistance. Now, let's go to the definition. Support can also be regarded as a floor. All right. Support can also be regarded as a floor. Now, support is an area where price, guys, listen very carefully, where price finds difficult to break downward. That is what we mean by a support. Support, it is an area, all right, where price is finding difficult. You know, price got there, it had to reverse, price got there again, it had to reverse. It's just finding it difficult to break downward. Not that it's not going to break it, but it is finding it difficult to break, and we can regard it as a floor. You know, when you have your floor and you are hitting yourself for the floor, what happens? You keep bouncing back up. So that is what we mean by support. Then we have a resistance. Resistance can be regarded as ceiling. All right, resistance can be regarded as ceiling. If you have questions, put it in the Q&A section. I'm going to look at it after this session. Resistance is a ceiling, and resistance is an area where price finds it difficult to break upward. All right, resistance is an area where price finds it difficult to break upward. So you want to look out for that and say, okay, this area, you know, when you hit yourself up in the ceiling, you tend to bounce back down, except if you use a force to break your ceiling, then you can show that above your ceiling. But, you know, if you are just trying to hit it, you come back down. So resistance is an area where price is finding difficult to break upward. Now that you understand the definition, let me show you practically. Now, looking at this chart, you can see market moved up, came down, moved up, came down, moved up, came down, moved up, came down. We can say market is actually consolidating here, but I'm just using this to explain to you how to identify support and resistance. So I'm going to make some drawings right now. Now, don't forget, resistance is an area, all right? It is not a line. It is an area, all right? And the good thing about the market is that it tends to repeat support and resistance areas. So a support or resistance area, let's say that has happened last year, maybe last year, December. If market should get to that area today again, it's going to find it difficult to break that area again. All right, because in the past, it found it difficult to break. If it comes to that area again today, it's going to find it difficult to break. All right. So just wait while I draw some areas out here. Okay. Good. Now remember I said resistance is a ceiling. All right. So that means this upper part is my resistance. And I told you guys that support is a floor. All right. So that means the lower part is the floor. All right. Okay. Resistance as supports. Good. So now, why are those areas a support and why is it a resistance? Now, if you look at it, look at these areas. All right. You look at those areas I'm putting in the eclipse. All right. Okay, so just look at those areas where I am putting my eclipse. You will notice that what you will notice there is that the market actually got to those areas, but it found it difficult to go above those areas. All right. Okay, so I have another area here, just a small area. Now, all these areas you're looking at, they are a roof. All right, you can call it a roof because market is actually finding it difficult to break. So that is why it is a roof. It is a resistance. All right. Now I'm showing you guys how to identify this. The only way you can get better at this is after this class, go to trendyview.com, create a free account, click on chart and it's going to bring you here. You can select any currency pair you want. Then you can start practicing and drawing yourself. All right, you can start practicing and drawing yourself. All right. Now, these are all my roofs. These are the areas that made me know that this area is a good resistance area because market was able to break that area upward. You can see they are not on a single line, but it is an area. Those areas, price was finding it difficult to break upward. Same as a floor. All right. Also, when we are talking about the floor, all right, market is finding it difficult to break downwards. Market is finding it difficult to break downward. All right. So the blue cone are showing my roof, my floor, my support. All right. Okay. So as you can see, those 4 blue cones are showing me that area, all right, is a floor. All right. So I have my floor there. I have my floor there. All right. I have my floor there. Very easy to get, very easy to do. You know, this is the basics. Understanding. I'm very key on understanding. Once you understand this, you can go ahead and practice yourself. Now you see that this is a roof. This is a roof. This is a support. All right. Sorry, I'm just trying to save this picture. All right. So I have my roof and my floor. I have my resistance and my support. Now, why do you need to understand this? Remember, I told you, at the support area, you always buy at the support and never sell at support. All right. Always buy at support and never sell at the support. Those are the rules, guys. Make sure you are writing this down. And when it comes to resistance area, always sell at a resistance. All right, and never buy at a resistance. That's the rule. All right. So when it comes here, that means where I have this roof, those are my sell areas. All right. Those are my sell areas, guys. Those are my sell areas. All right. Those are my sell areas. Sell at the roof. Sell at the roof. So someone would ask me, when do I know where to sell? When do I know where to buy? When you identify an area where the market is finding it difficult to break upward. So you can see if I sold here, the market came down, I will have made profit. If I sold here, the market came down, I will have made profit. If I sold here, the market came down, I will have made profit. All right. So you sell at the roof. And what do you do at the support? You buy. You buy here, you buy. All right. Okay. Buy. All right. So you buy. You buy at the floor, guys. It is that simple. You buy at the floor. So that is all we do in the foreign exchange market. We try to look for support and resistance areas, and we buy at those areas. All right. We try to look. So now the next thing you need to understand is that someone would ask me, what if the market breaks a resistance area, or what if it breaks a support? Because its market would eventually break those areas. All right. Market. All right. Like I said, trading view is majorly for analysis. So you can see all I'm doing here is I'm analyzing the market. All right. MetaTrader 4 is where you execute. You can use there are a lot of platforms you can analyze on. Even on MetaTrader 4, you can analyze. But majorly, MetaTrader 4 is for you buying and selling, entering those trades. TradingView is for you to analyze. So there's nothing much you want to learn about TradingView. You only want to learn how to use their tools. These tools by the left-hand side, and that is English. You just need to click on it and you get to know it. All right, just for analysis, nothing more. So as I was explaining, market would eventually break a roof or a floor, because look at it. If you take hammer and you start knocking it on your roof, what happens? Your roof will break now. So eventually, when the buyers are putting pressure on the resistance areas, it's the buyers that take the market up. When the buyers are putting pressure on the resistance, they are putting pressure, that resistance area would eventually break. The same way, if the sellers are putting pressure on a floor, on a support, the sellers want to take the market down, because the buyers are going to take the market up, the sellers are going to take the market down. Now, once the sellers are pushing the market and they are pushing the support, taking it down, then eventually that support area is going to break. All right. Then, what happened next? What happened next? A previous support area can turn to a new resistance area. So the moment the buyers break a support area downwards, automatically that area is going to turn to a resistance, because now it's going to serve as a resistance. And when a resistance is broken upward, it automatically turns to a support. Let me show you what I mean. Don't get confused. I'm going to find a scenario where those areas have been broken. All right. Guys, so as I was explaining, automatically those areas becomes a support and a resistance area. Good. I have an area here and I can show you guys. All right. So I'm going to show you a support area that's turned to a resistance area. All right. Remember I said a previous support area can turn to a resistance area. Now, as you can see, market really straightforward. There's nothing difficult about this. All you need to do is to practice. All right. So as you can see, market was coming down. It was unable to break it. It came down again, was unable to break it. Came down again, was unable to break it. Then eventually, market broke downward. Guys, can you see that? Can you see that market broke this floor? And I told you that a floor can turn to a new ceiling. And automatically, that area became a new ceiling, as you can see. As you can see, that same area that was serving as a resistance before, as a support, it became a what? A resistance. All right. So there's no new area that would, say, okay, now I'm turning to become a resistance, or I want to become a support. Look, this is that same area that was a resistance before that will become a support. All right. As you can see, a very good example here. Market broke a resistance area, and automatically that area turned to a what? Turned to a broke a support area, and automatically that area turned to a resistance. All right. Let me see what questions I have in my Q&A section. Is it better to trade with fixed time trades or Forex? I don't understand your question. Do you mean binary by fixed time? I really don't understand. I also know if each currency pair has its own chart. Yes, each currency pair has its own chart. All right, let me show you guys. Let me show you guys here. You can see this is USD JPY. I have Euro USD also. I have USD card. Each currency pair has its own chart. Each currency pair has its own chart. All right. Each currency pair has its own chart. Okay. So let me see what I have in the Q&A section again. This was tradingview.com, is it an app? First, is it an app or just Google search? Go to your web, go to your Google Chrome and type tradingview.com. It is not an application. It is a web-based application. You type it in your Google whatever and it brings out the website. Forexfactory.com also, you access it on the web. All right, you access it on the web. So guys, basically that is it. All right, now let's look for an area that was a resistance area before then it thought to. Now as you can see, let's look at this area also. That same area, you can see that same area, that same area, that same area. You know, that was serving as a resistance. You know, came here, he couldn't break it, but eventually he did what? He broke it. All right, he broke it, then automatically it turned to another what? Resistance. Guys, pretty simple. Guys, this is just how the market does. This is how the market moves. It moves in waves, it moves up and down, you know, breaking resistance, breaking support. And like I told you, what we want to do is we want to buy at the resistance and we want to sell at support. So that is how the market works. That is how to identify support and resistance areas. Like I said, support is an area where price is finding difficult to break. All right. And resistance is an area where price is finding difficult to break upward. So now, leaving technical analysis, let's talk about money. Let's talk about making money in the foreign exchange market. Now, you know, I've been doing this for about 5 years now. About most of my income comes from the forex market. You know, I've been able to master the skill. I've been able to trade a lot of people. Now, I see a lot of newbies coming to this market and they don't understand how to manage their money, because the first key thing you need to understand in the market is you need to be able to manage your money. You need to have daily goals. All right, because the market is pretty large, you can make a whole lot of money in the foreign exchange market. All right, like a whole lot of money. I don't know how much you want to make in this life, but the foreign exchange market can give you. Now, for me personally, what I use the forex market to do is I use it to raise capital. All right, I trade, you know, I train people. I make a lot of money out of all these stuff, and I'm able to make this money then. I'm able to push it into some traditional business. As you see me, I have a fish farm I operate. You know, I have a lot of all this interesting stuff I do personally. But at the end of the day, you must have your daily goals. You must have your monthly goals. You must have your yearly goal when it comes to the foreign exchange market, because you can sit down with the market a whole day and you just keep trading, and probably you make some profits, you lose it again. You make some profits, you lose it again. All right. So you must master the skill set and say I must have a daily goal. Now, typically when you start, let's say, trading with $100, a very realistic goal is for you to make, let's say, between $10 to $20 in a week. That is realistic without you over leveraging, without you, over risking on the market, because you understand lot sizes. Lot sizes, you can use it and you are making $10 per pip. There are some lot sizes that will give you $50 per pip. There are some lot sizes that will give you just $1 per pip. But these lot sizes, you have to use it based on your capital. So you don't just come. So what I used to tell people is, if you want to make, let's say, $200 in a week, all right, then you must be ready to put in a money. You must be ready to put in a capital that can give you $200 in a week. You can't put in $100 in the market and you're expecting to make $200. You are just trying to be a thief. All right, I must say, you're just trying to be a thief. So you must learn. All right, this is whether link is scalping. Yeah, whatever method you use, you can use it to scalp. All right, you must learn how to manage and use the right lot sizes per account. So if you want to make, let's say, $100 in a week, all right, or maybe $150 a week, then you should be thinking about putting something from $500 and above as your capital. All right, so all these things are what you must learn going forward. Now, for the past 2 days, we've been able to take you guys on the basics on how to trade, how to enter trades. Now, a lot of people you can relate with MetaTrader 4 and you can do a lot of things. Now, as a team, we have 2 offers for you guys. All right, we have 2 offers for you guys, and the first offer is our first physical training for the year. All right, for those that are in Lagos, actually, because this training is going to be coming up at Tony Street, Emina Crescent, Tony Street in Ikeja. All right, so for those that are going to be in Lagos, we have a special offer for you where for just 50 students, about 30 seats have been booked already. So we have less than 20 seats as I'm talking to you right now. All right, where you can actually see all these amazing faces physically, and in that physical training is going to be for a week, from 8th of February to 12th of February, where you can attend a physical training with us, all right, where we're going to be going to the basic training, advanced, technical, fundamental. We're going to give you guys strategies that you can use to, when to trade, when to buy, when to sell, trade management, money management. Now, the bonus offer personally for me is a personal mentorship for 6 months. Right, we're going to be offering you guys personal mentorship for good 6 months. All right, and you're going to be having free signal service also for 6 months. All right, all you need to do this, usually it should be 40K, because what we are putting on ground for you guys, if you know how much it takes to really learn Forex, it takes a whole lot of money, but we are doing this because we want to see people win. Right? We are doing a 50% off, and you can sign up for just 20,000 naira. All right, it's going to be a week-long training, like I said, in Ikeja. All right, second week in February, and all you need to do participate is 20K, and you are in this class. All right, like I said, you're going to be getting mentorship for 6 months and free signal service also for 6 months. All right, just for 50 students, and we have about just 30 slots left for this particular training. All right, the next offer I have for you guys is probably for those that are not in Lagos and probably they want to start trading with us at ASAP. What you need to do is make sure you set up your Hot4X account. All right, set up your Hot4X account, verify it, and you would need to fund it with a minimum of $100 for yourself to trade. Once you're able to do all that, then we are able to add you to just our signal group. All right, then you can pick up trade signals to trade while you are still learning. Probably maybe you are learning somewhere, you are practicing, you are still trying to understand how to analyze the market. Then if you are able to set up your Hot4X account, fund it up with a minimum of $100, then we will be able to add it to our signal group. So now what you want to do is, if you want to take up any of this offer, you just need to chat up any of the admins, whether Azan, Fumi, Kofo, that's Omo Firebi, or myself, Awal. Then we'll be able to give you the form to sign up for this particular training that's coming up next month in Ikeja. All right, just for 20,000 naira, you're able to access all these amazing benefits. All right, so you're able to access that. And but if you want to go for the signal service, maybe you're not in Lagos, you can't attend this for now, then you can chat up any of the admins. We'll help you set up your first account. Then you fund it with a minimum of $100. All right, then you are able to join our signal service for 6 months and also pick up trades. All right, so if you have any questions based on all I've said, please let's drop the questions maybe in the chat box or the Q&A section. I'll be able to take your questions, and then we can round up this session for this weekend. Now, the recording for the trading is once I upload it on YouTube, I'll drop it on the groups so that you can have access to it. All right, so if you have any question whatsoever, let me know now so that I can answer your questions. But if not, you gain value so far, just put in some 7 in the chat box, show some appreciation. Whatever you celebrate, whatever you appreciate, you get more of. If you get value so far for this past 2 days, put in some 7 in the chat box, and let's really celebrate this. Then if you want to sign up for this class, like I said, send a message to any of the admins. Now, no admin is going to message you personally. All right, if anybody does that and is asking you for money, you probably want to get scammed. All right, so beware. So if you want to get signed up on all this, just make sure you message any of the admins, and let's take this to the roof. All right, so guys, I really appreciate you guys. It's been a wonderful time with you guys. I believe a lot of people have gained value. You've learned a lot of things. Let's ensure that we try to sign up for this physical class, because there we're going to be going in depth. We're going to be learning a lot of stuff. And you get to meet us one-on-one also. You want to meet Fofo, you want to meet Fumi, those are amazing ladies, and let's do this together. All right. Yeah, binary is time-based trading. We didn't touch binary. Binary is time-based trading. All right. Probably in our physical class, we're going to touch that. All right, guys. So that is it for me. My name is Awal. You can follow me up on Instagram at MastermindIO. All right. And you can connect with me on Instagram at MastermindIO. I put it in the chat box. You can connect with me there. Follow me up on Instagram, and let's take this thing to the roof. I love you guys, and see you guys at the other side. Bye-bye.